My needle drops. Anthony Fantano here, the internet's busiest music nerd. And, yeah, I missed you guys this weekend. It's Monday. And a lot of great stuff happened this weekend. I saw James Bond, saw my girlfriend, worked, broke 8,000 subs. And I also listened to this, the latest LP from the New Orleans band Thou. These guys are gaining a lot of respect within the worlds of doom and sludge metal. If you're wondering what they sound like, you can actually go down there in the D box and hear this LP the same way I heard it, through a stream on NPR Music. And also you can go to their website where you can pretty much download, most of this band's discography. Splits, EPs, 7 inches, entire albums, pretty much all up there to just throw on your hard drive, courtesy of the band, which is something I have to respect. Gotta respect that. Really nice. Just kind of giving away their music. So Summit is out right now on Gilead Media, 11 Bones up there right now. You gotta throw down on this thing for a nice gatefold CD. And this album is not your average doom and sludge LP. It's not your trippy, psychedelic, kind of Black Sabbath or 70s blues rock influenced stoner metal. This LP is much more ugly and much more unforgiving. It's a lot like just coming face to face with a wall of concrete. Very harsh vocals on this thing. For the most part, the screams are pretty unintelligible, and I'm pretty much only reading the passion off of these vocals. And though there are riffs on this LP, I want to say there's more of an emphasis on, not bow, 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 nothing like that. It's more like seismic chords casting out these long sonic waves, just these chugging guitars. So the high volume, the feral vocals, these things are important, but what I find to be the most intense about this band is their pace, their tempo. These guys basically have 2 speeds. It's slow and very slow. I personally would have liked a little bit more variation in that department, but I do have to give it to these guys for sticking to their guns. The mix could have had a little more clarity too. It's kind of dirty in some spots, maybe a little muddy, but if you turn this thing up, it is a rumbler. And I guess another thing I do like about the sound of this record is that it reminds me a lot of the metal shows that I would go to when I was 15 at like VFWs in the area. Just how raw and just how loud it is. It does kind of have the ambiance of a live set, or just music that's being performed right then and there. This thing is pretty much devoid of studio. I've heard a lot of doom records that just throw reverb all over everything in the mix and post-production just to kind of make things sound bigger. I'm really happy that Thou didn't go down that road on this LP. This thing is very raw, very dry, and just pretty much uses its sheer volume to make the music powerful. For about 75% of the time, volume really is kind of the name of the game. The band does find a few spots where they kind of change things up instrumentally, whether it's with a violin or a piano or some acoustic guitar, or the last track that I was impressed with a lot, which was kind of actually a drone, just really dissonant guitars just ringing out lots of feedback. Very noisy. I saw Macasaur FM gave this thing a 9. I've read a lot of rave reviews of this LP. I love bands like Earth, bands like Sun. I can appreciate Harvey Milk, and I really dig on Jesu. If you find yourself enjoying those same groups, even a band like ISIS, I highly recommend that you put some ear time down with Thou. I'm feeling a strong 7 on this LP. I wasn't completely blown away. I'm not in love with this record, but these guys really did impress me with just how, as I said earlier, intense they are on this thing. And in the several years that they've been putting out music, they have been prolific as just tons of material. And I have no doubt that these guys will most likely put out something that I'll enjoy a little bit more in the future. Until then, I'm watching them, I'm listening to them, and finding what they do pretty interesting. But the link to listen to these guys is down there in the D box, and tell me what you think of this record once you spend a few minutes with it. Okay? Anthony Fantano, Thou, Summit, forever.